I want to be aesthetic, and like keep my glasses on because this is a book type thing, but I kind of look dumb. But I like them. What a kid Don't be fake. Keep your distance. Salam. I'm back again. Doing this video finally. Everyone wanted this. Well, not everyone, but so many people wanted this. So here I am, trying to do something that you will like. So, from the title, I guess you know. This video is finally going to be the books video. And I've been putting it off because I'm scared that people are going to think I'm like bragging or like trying to show off or whatever. By no means, I am not an expert. I have not read thousands of books. I only have been like reading for the last couple of years, and so I can نقولكم دابا بيقول لي شي واحد she's bragging سينو فهمتي أنا قبيحة. أنا قبيحة. So I tried to write a little down باش ما نبقاش نخربق. I'm not going to be able to talk about each and every book that I've ever read my entire life because this video will be طويلة بزاف. Donc شنو قلت غندير واحد 3 ولا 4 parties like little segments with a title داكشي because I'm a professional YouTuber. Donc that's gonna be it. Maybe in the near future I can do something else. ولا like other parts or whatever. So here are some of the books that I've read. So these are popular books that اللي فهمتي غتلقاو n'importe où في مشيتو to look for books غادي تلقاو هادو. As a little curious kid كنت زعما كنهزهم and try to give it a try and see if I liked it or not. Donc voilà. For each segment I only picked 5 books because again ما نساليوش. I picked all the popular books that you will find out there, but these are the ones that I have strong opinions about. Either I really like them or I don't really like them that much. So here we go. So the first one is Who Moved My Cheese? This book has been everywhere. Whenever I go book shopping, I find it right here. And it's really small from Tsiqaritofunha. It's little. When it came, it was interesting. The title was interesting. So fucking bear with it. Anyways, as I was saying, Who Moved My Cheese is a book that you will find literally anywhere. So I picked it up and I read it, and I totally fell in love with this book. It's really small, as I said. Also, is like this with like pictures and stuff, so it's kind of like a little kid's book, but at the same time, it's not a little kid's book. It is really wise. So basically, what this book is about. It's about 4 little people, 2 little people and 2 mice. And these are like in this little, I don't know, labyrinth or whatever you want to call it. And they're lost. And they're trying to get out of it. And so there's the 2 mice that are like trying and working hard. And then there's the 2 little people who are really lazy and grumpy and they don't want to do anything. I don't want to spoil you. They're in a maze. Mashi labyrinth. In a maze. Obviously, la situation c'est une métaphore for life in general. You're lost in life and you don't know what you do. So this book kind of helps you a little bit get through very random situations in life, which I really appreciate it. If you ever find this book, please get it, please buy it. It's really enjoyable. And this is a yay. Not an A. This is a yay. Next on the yay list, this is also another yay, which I'm pretty sure so many of you have seen it around. Ooh, maybe you've read it, maybe you've seen it around and you haven't read it yet. I highly recommend you get this book. This is Stephen Hawking, A Brief History of Time. If you suck at physics, comme moi, if you could جيب لك 4 في الفيزيك comme moi, بكل تواضع, this book is for you. I don't hate physics. I love physics, but I still suck at it at school. Like awful grades. But this book makes it easy for you to enlighten yourself, to educate yourself in a fun way. يعني ما كيهضرش معك بأرقام or like freaking shit that's like hard for you to understand. It's really easy for you to understand. He explains a lot of stuff about everything around this universe, and I wish I could go back in time before I read it and read it again. It's like this, and you know, when there's a really good movie and you just love that movie so much, it's not the same thing because already and you know what's gonna happen. So تمسح لك like الميموار ديالك so you could go back in time without تشوفه with the same enthusiasm of first time seeing it. Yeah, that مع هذا. Last one on the yay list is this one. Everything is F'd. Mark Manson. This is one of the very popular books that you will find, and if you're just wondering, should I get it, should I not, is it worth it? It is totally worth it. I was obsessed with this book. I made so many highlights throughout the book. It was so beautiful. It is so funny. It's dead hilarious. You would be finding yourself جالس في شي قنت كتقرا بالضحك because it is actually really fun. I loved it. This is a book about hope. If you don't like books that are, you know, kind of langage familier, هذا langage familier بزاف. فهمتي, you're gonna find curse words. But it's kind of funny, so make sure to ask if you are younger. Make sure please to ask your parents if you could get this book, because it's a little bit on the old side of the readers. Now this one is a little yay but little nay, وشوية nay كتر من yay, by the same author, Mark Manson, but the subtle art of not giving an F. This book نورمالمون هذا خرج قبل من هذاك, مي انا قريت هذاك قبل من هذا. هذاك جوبونس في 2016 وهذا في 2020. So I really liked that one. You can really tell بلي the author evolved بزاف وبانت فيه غير من المكتوب ديالو ليت. There's a big difference between that one and this one. هادو كاملين اللي قلت لكم, since they are popular, obviously they've been read so many times by a lot of people. This is also kind of the same thing, you know, it's like a book that shows you how to live your life without really caring about others. It's more on the coaching side. If you like this kind of books, they're like kind of coaching and showing you what to do, but it's really fun. It's like watching a YouTube video about someone ranting. It is fun, but I didn't like it much for many reasons that I can't remember now, because I remember I read this like the beginning of 2020, so I don't remember why I don't like it, but I know for a fact I don't like it much. It was just more, maybe it's because I read that one and I had high expectations. I thought this would be just like it or even better, but it wasn't. So I still encourage you to get it. I still encourage you to read it because you need to build your own opinion on it. Because maybe another slow mouth, but here it is. This is also on the popular side books because I've been seeing this everywhere, and I'm sure you have seen these everywhere. Last but not least, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. This book is also a very popular one, have been everywhere. It's a 25 years old book, it's really old. Me, as a feminist, well, not as a feminist, as just a person with like rational thoughts, the book has some facts. It spills some facts, scientific facts about, you know, how like a woman's body work, her emotions, her hormones, tout ce qui est her organics, whatever. And then you have on the other side how a man's body work. And, you know, on the scientific side, it's really helpful and it's useful and you would get a lot of information. It's really fun for you. But the author was just generalizing too much that I felt like it was not representing the female side enough. Because I'm a female and I could only relate to the female side. Maybe a guy would say the same thing. And maybe a female would be like, no, I related to that. So again, this is just a personal opinion. I personally enjoyed it. ولكن I did enjoy it, but I just felt like it wasn't fair enough. But again, this is a very famous book. A lot of people loved it. Over 15 million copies sold worldwide. So you must have this in your library, even though it is a nay for me. I'm back and I'm a little frustrated because I could not find a book that I wanted to talk about. I don't know where I put it, where it is. I couldn't find it, and it's the most important book of my life. And now I don't know where it is. But basically, if you've been following me for a little while, you would probably know the book I'm talking about, which is The Zahir by Paulo Coelho. I can't have it. I want to hold it, but I don't know what it is. So I'll leave a picture of it here. Yes, this one. It's about this man that had lost his wife. Well, his wife kind of ran away, mais bon. He spent a long journey trying to find her, and as he is trying to find her, he was also finding himself. It's a really spiritual, just good vibes, you know, kind of on the deep level kind of book, but I really love it so much. I can't imagine what my life would have been if I had not read that book. It's that important to me, and there's not a single soul that I know, and I did not make them read that book. Like literally, my father, my friends, like everyone. I was like, you have to read this book. It's a life-changing book. Anyways, I can't find it. I don't know where it is, where I left it, where I put it. Achilatallah. Secondly, we have this big boy, biological science. Now this baby, a little fun story. If someone is watching this from my school, my old school, I will probably be in trouble because I got this one from the school library and I never had the chance to return it, and no one called and asked for it, so I kind of felt the need to keep it. Kind of felt like they didn't care much, so I kind of kept it. Anyways, not much to say. This is also actually really personal. If you don't like biology, I don't think this would be interesting to you. It's huge, and everything that you need to know about life is in here. And yeah, this was the main reason why I fell in love with biology, and the main reason why I want to do it in my future studies. So if you're not interested in biology, I still really recommend trying to read something about biology, or like even watch documentaries or whatever. It's crazy how you kind of understand what happens, you know, in life in general, not just your body or like whatever. Muhim. Highly, highly recommend. I don't know where you can find this. You go to your school library and steal it. Disclaimer, warning, I don't encourage this. أيوة عندكم. It was a misunderstanding. Don't do it. Next we have Pride and Prejudice. Now this book is every girl's like biggest high hopes. I don't think any girl that, or any person in general, but mainly a girl that had read Pride and Prejudice did not fall in love with it or like it, or even like fantasized about living within the story because it's really good. First of all, this is written by Jane Austen. I've read almost all of her work. Not all of it, but a lot of her work. And I love the bitch. The bitch is, I really love her. She is insanely talented, and she wrote this book at a time where it was really hard for a female to get her voice heard. And so this work is a big work for the female industry in general, not just in writing. Also, there's Charlotte Bronte, all the Bronte sisters, Emily Bronte. There's a lot of books that I highly, highly, highly recommend you read. These are like classic writers, classic female writers in the industry that you must read at least one of their work, and it's really breathtaking, amazing. It's insane, surtout when you know that at the time the Brontes, they couldn't even write, you know, as female writers. They wrote their story, and it was until they died later on, then people found out it wasn't a man that wrote this book, it was a woman. So they were undercover type shit. But it's really empowering to read Pride and Prejudice. This is also kind of on the popular side. We have Deida, The Way of the Superior Men. A spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. This book is also kind of like the one that I showed you, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. فهمتي يوريك شوية about the differences between men and women, etc. But this one, I don't know why I really enjoyed this one. This one was one of my life-changing books. It had a lot in it. A lot was in here. Yeah, a lot was in here. قريته في واحد لا بيريود اللي ديجا أنا I was, you know, a little مخلقة, and this book changed a lot, so I highly recommend you read this. Last but not least in this category, there's Danielle Steele, Lone Eagle. This was gifted to me from a friend. Shout out to Selma. And first of all, at the time I was like, oh my god, this is big. I don't think I'm gonna even be able to finish this book. Dude, I read it in like the space of 2 months, and I was crying each time I opened a page. This traumatized me. This book right here, it traumatized me. I was crying myself to sleep every night after reading like one chapter or two. So if you're a romantic gal or guy or whatever you are, and you like to read more about romance and, you know, little thingies, I highly suggest anything by Danielle Steele. I've read some other work of hers. And last but not least, I said really I would only do 5. This was also really important to me, and it should have been parmi les premiers. And I was like, no, I am not ignoring you. We have The Spake, Zarathustra by Nietzsche. This book, right here. You know what? I read some other work of Nietzsche, and I honestly did not quite enjoy it as much as this one. This specific one. I've read The Gay Science, I've read Beyond Good and Evil, whatever. But this specific one stuck with me. This one stuck with me. I read this one during quarantine, and it's basically just this whole book is about this man, this saint or this old wise man that wanders around, and you know, he just gotta tell you about what, you know, was going on with him. And also there's a lot of little like stuff like these ones. It's a lot. I remember that there was a specific chapter that I fell in love with. Oh yeah, chapter 12, and you can tell because I put a little heart on it. Please, if you get this book, please talk to me. Let's have a conversation. I am willing to have a conversation about this book throughout my whole entire life. Let's talk. You know, once you read chapter 12, come text me and let's have a whole night relationship? Let's have a conversation, because this book is a lot. To be sure, I am a forest in a night of dark trees, but he who is not afraid of my darkness will find banks full of roses under my cypresses. Dude, this... Just go get it, okay? Sophie, just don't even talk. Let's not even have this conversation. You're gonna go drive your ass to the nearest bookshop in your goddamn city, and you're gonna go get this book, and we're gonna be besties. Point. So, the entertainment side. There's a lot. I tried to only put like 5 here, but there's a lot. There's a lot you can entertain yourself with books. And the first one I thought to bring up is astronomy books. Especially books with like a lot of pictures and a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff. Like sometimes I just want to be a little kid and just get a book and read like 2 sentences, but mainly focus on the pictures and the paintings and shit. So this is, I don't know where to get this from. This is a very old book that I had. But there's a lot of astronomy books that you can find literally anywhere. Any library, you can find astronomy books. Deadass, imagine just sitting with your friends and be like, 1 day in Venus is like 243 days out here on Earth. Like, imagine what it'd be living there, like, oh my lord, like, just, you know, you're gonna, okay, whatever. So, as I said, there's always stuff about this. There's also, for example, science shit, as you can read it here. I don't know if you can. There's also urban legends, which, I don't know, for example, we have Frankenstein here, we have Oedipe, whatever. There's a lot of urban legends that you're gonna find. I really like to read, for example, about Greek mythology, or just stuff that's like old and not real, but it still like expands your imagination. It's just like watching movies, but you read urban legends. So for me, so I could say one book and shut up, I highly recommend you read Frankenstein. Although you probably have already seen the movie, but there's a lot of stuff in the book that is not in the movie, which also, like, for example, I don't know if you have watched After or like The Hunger Games, whatever. There's just a lot of little details in books that you can never find in the movies. They just don't make it to the movies. Star Wars, Harry Potter, there's a lot going on. A personal favorite is Sigmund Freud. Literally anything from Freud is fun to read. I have here a general introduction into psychoanalysis. There's also this one particular book of his, if I can remember what it's called, The Psychopathology of Everyday Life. This bitch showed me, why do I forget everything? Why can I not have a normal brain that works just like everybody else? It showed me all my little flaws that I live on a daily basis, and the man kindly just told me, why am I struggling with my ADHD? Why is there a lot? Why do I forget names?
Why do I forget foreign words? Why do I forget names and order of the world? You know, childhood and concealing memories, mistakes in speech, mistakes in reading and writing, forgetting of impressions and resolutions, errors, combined faulty acts.
A lot. Just like every day we do on a daily basis. He just tells you why. So anything that you can find of this precious little man over here, just get it. Just get it and read it, and you will be thankful to me. More just for entertainment purposes, I highly recommend Stephen King, which everyone says that, oh my god, he's overrated. He's just overrated. He just writes easy. It's just like his vocabulary is limited, and whatever he does is just easy. That's why people like him. No, the man is also really talented. I read this book called From a Buick 8, and this bitch kept me up at night. I did not sleep well when I was reading this. There's a lot of book of his, Carrie, Christine, The Dead Zone, a lot. Also, if you find any Stephen King book, just get it, especially as a starter. You're a starter and you just want to start reading, and you don't want to get bored, and you don't want it to be too hard on you, then there's two authors that I really suggest to everyone. There's Stephen King and there's Paulo Coelho, which we will get to that man in a second. For starters, highly recommend Stephen King. And last but not least, if you are a fellow if you're a fellow follower, you would know that this man absolutely changed my life. We have Paulo Coelho, and I just hate it. I just hate it when he is underrated, and a lot of people enjoy his work and enjoy everything that he does, but there's also a lot of people that are like, oh, Paulo Coelho is so overrated for no reason, like he's just a little guy that all he writes about is spirituality. And these same people have not even read one work of his. They're just pissed because he's so famous and they don't like it. Like, why? Why? Watch me get defensive. Like, I will literally fight you. I will physically get into a physical fight with you if you speak badly about my man. Paulo Coelho, again, literally made me. This man, everything he writes. I'm actually currently reading a book of his right now, which I've shared with you on Instagram. Wait. This, it's called Maktub. I also got this book from a shop. I will share with you at the end of the video from where I get books and online shops and everything that you would like to know. I got you, prices, all of it. If you're looking just for like ordinary basic stories, this is not the man for you. If you're looking for excitement, if you're looking for, again, spirituality, if you're trying to find yourself a little bit and kind of see yourself and know who you are and what you want in life, just read Paulo Coelho. Just give it a chance, and please don't judge him by just like the basic popular books of his, like, I don't know, The Alchemist or whatever. He has a lot of good work. There's works that are not even known, like this one. I couldn't find this book anywhere. I had to text an Instagram page and make them like print it for me from like a, just turn it from a PDF into a book, and you can see it's really bad quality, but love it. Okay, so about the books, where do I get them and فين كنلقاهم وبشحال كناخدهم, all that shenanigans. So most of my books I get them either من مدينة قديمة ولا من البحيرة. مدينة قديمة ساحة ماريشال. There's a lot of people and there's this specific guy I will ask his permission واش يخليني نحط نيميرو ديالو هنايا so people could contact him, or else maybe listen نحاول نشرح لكم اكثر. اذا كنتم من كازا so اذا كتاخدوا الترام كيحطكم ساحة ماريشال, right? so then كتهبط كاينين واحد الدخيلات بحال القواس كتدخل معهم and you find just like shops, random shops of مثلا stuff ديال الارتيزانا ولا مثلا بيجوتري whatever. Then there's this man with a lot of books. Just ask about him. Une fois تهبط سول على شي واحد كيبيع الكتوبة غادي يديوك ليه نيشان. That man has a lot. عنده كتوبة بالانجلي وبالفرنسي بشوش وبالعربية bien sûr. So whatever you desire. And he also gets them. So تقدر تخلي له شحال مرة ما لقيتش عنده شنو بغيت خليت له السمية رجعت عنده and I found them. There's also some Instagram pages. I'll try to find هادوك اللي I've contacted before and put them in the description box. There's also this one specific shop Lee. I don't know if I want to talk about them or not. مهم. They've helped me Anna personally because I've had so many requests and I've wanted so many books and I couldn't find them literally anywhere. They were not here. ما كاين لا في المغرب لا anywhere else. And so هما شنو كيديروا كياخدوا مثلا PDF من الانترنت وكيطبعوه لك. And you're probably just like Maryam, why don't you just read it من الانترنت? I don't enjoy it as much as holding a book in my hand. That's what they did for me. They printed it and gave me a lot of books and the quality is not the best. If I want to be honest, they're like 180 150 and it's not even that good of a quality at all. They literally just print it in a white paper and like even the packaging is not the best and it's really overpriced for the quality. May, if you're like me and you just can't bear reading online, there's this page if you are willing to spend your money. Donc prices, as I said, إذا كنتي غتاخد online, they're kind of more on the expensive side a little bit. ماشي expensive so much. Like I know there's people that get books ب 600 700 درهم, which not me. I don't got money like that, okay? But there's, as I said, websites اللي كاين اللي كيبيع من 45 40 تال 70 تال 80 تال 100 120 150 180 200 etc. So these are the prices. But if you buy books من البلاصة ديالهم, مثلا انا كناخذهم مثلا من عند هذاك السيد ولا الناس غير الفراشة اللي كيكونوا في الارض في البحيرة wherever you are. درب غلف aussi. I totally forgot درب غلف كاين كتب زوينين. They would be like 20 25 30. If it's a big heavy book 40. والكتب ديال الانجلي كيكونوا شويه غلا من الفرنسي. دونك الا كنتي كتبغي فرنسي ça sera moins cher. Donc that's it besties. I hope this video is not too long for you. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you have a good day. دابا يكونوا الناس الراتراباج خداو النقاط ديالهم. I really hope you're satisfied. اللي نجح congratulations. اللي غيعاود العام also congratulations. Okay, bye. Kisses.